Hello, Liz here with Liz's Crafts, and today we're going to do something for the laundry room. Now I just have this board and I painted this side of it black. And I have this bamboo placemat that I got from Ross. And it came 4 in a package. I don't remember how much it was. And I'm going to glue this onto the board. And that's why I needed to paint it black, because it had a design on it and it shone through the slats. So I'm going to use E6000 and hot glue. So I want to put my E6000 on first because it takes a while to dry. And then I'll put the hot glue on after this. So it's going to put a little bit at each corner. Well, a little bit, and it's, a bit. And the reason I like to use both is because the hot glue glues it down now. The E6000 takes a while to set, and then it glues and keeps it forever. So and too, the weather changes, the hot glue will either melt or get cold and your project could fall apart. So just easier to use both. And I'm going to start at the left hand side here. Now I'm not putting my hot glue directly on top of the E6000. So I'm going to place my placemat on top of it. Make sure, because I want to wrap it around. Okay. So I don't want to glue this part yet until I get my hot glue on. And I'm going to need another stick. So I'm hoping that'll work just around the edges. Okay, and I'm just smoothing it down. And now I want to turn it over, and I want to glue the right and left side down onto the back. And for this, I'm just going to use the hot glue. So I put a string of glue on the back piece, the board piece, and then some on the bamboo placemat. I think this is going to look kind of cool. I hope so anyway. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Only I'm going to put hot glue on 2 of the bamboo pieces of the placemat instead of 1. And then I'm going to smooth this down. And I'm going to flip it over. And this is what we have so far. Now we have us a bamboo board. Isn't that nice? Okay, so this is going to be for our laundry room. And what I want to do is, I'm going to have to fuzz my stencil since I've never used it before. This one says, open 24 hours, laundry, self-service, wash, dry, and fold. So I'm going to fuzz this about 3 times since I've never used it. And I will put the link to the stencil in the description of the video. And if you decide to purchase anything, please purchase from my link, as I do get a little percentage. And that way then I can buy more stencils and have more videos for you all to see. And it doesn't cost you any more at all. See how sticky that is? It's really sticking to this mat. So I'm going to do it one more time. And I really do recommend the fuzzing mat, because not only is it a fuzzing mat, but you can turn it around. Like, I got some glue hairs on here. But you can turn it around to the gray side, put your stencil in it after you wash it, close it up, and then rub it, and it dries your stencil. So I really like that, and I do recommend it. And today we're not going to use chalk paste or the ink. We're actually going to use paint. And I've never really done this before with a stencil. I did a little test run and it worked. I'm just trying to line up my stencil. So that's 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Let's move it this way a little bit. Maybe take it up a little. So I'm gonna say that's about even, centered. And I'm just rubbing my stencil down so that it won't move when I go to stencil on it. This is what we have so far. Now I'm going to use, and this is an old nasty one, I need to get me some more. I'm going to use this sponger, and I'm using Anita's all-purpose acrylic paint. And I'm just going to put a little bit on this piece of cardboard here, because you want your brush to be pretty much a dry brush when you go to do this stenciling. And then too, you also want to clean your stencil right away. And let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Oh, that looks good. Okay, it's looking good. So what I'm doing is I'm dipping my sponger in the paint, and then I'm dabbing most of it off onto the cardboard. Now this does take longer than if you were just doing the squeegee and the chalk paste or the ink, but I thought it would work best for this type of project, being on the bamboo, and that it's you know, not a flat surface. So I think it's going to work out good. I hope anyway. You just want to be careful that you don't daub it off of your stencil and onto your project. Okay, let's take a peek. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You might not be able to read it all that great, as if you would if it would have been on a flat surface, but I think it might work out. Okay, and I'm gonna need some more paint. And I'm just using white acrylic paint. Okay, so I'm doing the word laundry. And let's take a peek. It doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. I'll show you guys when I'm totally finished. You know, a lot of this has holes in it because it's just little bamboo slats threaded together. So it's not going to look like it would if it was on a flat, smooth surface. And that's why one thing I decided to use this dabbing method, and two, I decided to use the paint. But we'll see how it turns out when I'm totally done with this. I'm hoping it looks good. Fingers crossed. They say the key to doing this type of stenciling is to have as little bit of paint on your dabber as you can. And again, just be careful not to get it on your surface. Keep it on your stencil. So this bottom part says wash, dry, and fold. And I'm going to hang this in my laundry room. I hope it turns out. And if you're watching this, please let me know. Just do replay, comment replay in the comments, or hashtag replay, or something like that, just to let me know that you're actually watching it. I would appreciate it. And if you're new, let me know where you're watching from. So let's take a look at this. Okay, come on, let me find a corner. Okay, yeah. It's not bad. It really is not bad. Okay, now I'm putting my stencil face down in the water so that this paint does not dry in the screen portion of it. Because if it does, then, you know, your stencil is not going to work anymore. Okay,